long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
You like me because I'm a scoundrel. There aren't enough scoundrels in your life.
I happen to like nice men.
Nice man.
Very nice.
Well, it's a day starting with Y. So last night Cameron posted a Patreon that Daisy Ridley confirmed that there isn't a script for her Star Wars movie. I feel like this has been a circular argument that keeps going on eternally. Last week, Sparrow said basically that the Rey movie was one of the movies that was canceled. Then former Collider contributor, or maybe he still is, Jeff Snyder, him of the slime, basically hinted that people who were talking about it on the internet weren't getting the story right, and we're putting out bad information. So who are those people? Is that us, or is that the big channels, the Black Pill Blobs, the DK Brothers, and the Shills? The fact of the matter is, we know from Sparrow that Stephen Knight will not be asked for any more new and improved scripts. Basically, the script for a Star Wars movie isn't finished. That rumor that it was finished isn't true. We know through Sparrow that they're not asking for more scripts and that the movie is dead. What Daisy has to do is say, I'm not making a Star Wars movie. And for some reason, she keeps saying she is. Don't know why. Maybe she's crazy. I don't know. But there you go. Because there's a lot more to making a movie than just getting a script. You've got to, cast it. You have to get your VFX and sound ready. You have to know what the concept art is going to look like. You have to have basically probably the volume stages and different locations scouted. Okay, none of that's happening. If you look at the trades and the ads for casting, Lucasfilm isn't casting any movie. They have their cast for Mandalorian, okay, which is far more important to Lucasfilm right now than anything with Rey. Again, look at the falling box office between TFA and the rise of Palpatine, okay? Look at it. No one wants this. To somebody like one of the Dunning-Kruger brothers and, a Jason Ward, or one of the little human hemorrhoids from Inside the Magic, say, well, those movies made over $1 billion each. How much money did the reshoots cost? Then you go down into the actual financials and you realize they didn't make any money at all. In fact, I would say the last 2 movies Kathleen Kennedy has made, 3 movies, has lost more than they made. The Rise of Palpatine probably did not break even. Okay, just didn't. We know Solo didn't. The stated loss for that was $80 million, but you start looking at the numbers and they get a lot bigger. Then you look at, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and that made they lost $350 million. So why on earth, logic, if you put your logic aside and you're being emotional, you might actually believe this Daisy Ridley movie, Ray movie is a real movie. It's not. Okay, it's not. I mean, even without, your logic and your common sense. But common sense doesn't drive people on YouTube and on the internet anymore. Why would they want to kill their cash cow? Ask yourselves that as we get into an interlude, and here you go. Enjoy.
For 10 long weeks, the Star Wars company labored on the suburban London sound stages, bringing to life a film that had begun as an idea with George Lucas 3 years before.
Roger, at Cornell University, they have an incredible piece of scientific equipment known as the tunneling electron microscope. Now, this microscope is so powerful that by firing electrons, you can actually see images of the atom, the infinitesimally minute building block of our universe. Roger, if I were using that microscope right now, I still wouldn't be able to locate my interest in your problem.
Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
The fact of the matter is that this is a dead horse or a dying horse, that wants to die. So I really think that people on both sides screaming about it need to let it die. It's not going to happen. And really, what else is there to be said? Again, you look at the past and what's going on there. You look at what we've dug out from Sparrow, and you look at, what's out there. Daisy said there's no script. She has an idea what the story might be, but there's no script. I think that's enough to say the movie is dead. And the fact of the matter is, she has now pushed filming off from the end of 24 to 25. There is no movie. Okay. I don't know why she doesn't come out right out and say there is no movie, but there is no movie. And the idea that these people keep talking about it, you're kind of looking at them going, I don't understand why you even care. But they won't do the work. They won't really actually do the work to look for, is there a casting call? Are there movie sets being set aside? It's being filmed in England. That's a convenient way to say it's far removed from our site, so we can say it's being filmed in England, which is it's harder to get information from, but it's not. Okay, it's not because there is no Ray movie. And you look, why would Disney that really can't afford to make another flop put money into a movie that's going to be a flop? When you've got a proxy fight going on, when you've got finally Kathleen Kennedy bending the knee and sooner or later leaving, why would they be stuck making a movie from her era? And again, all the money they have for a movie for Lucasfilm is going into Mando and Grogu. The Ray movie does not take precedence over that, because Mando and Grogu, there's a huge interest in those two characters. Okay, there's a big interest in those two characters, and I don't understand why people just can't let the Ray movie go. But again, all the big YouTube channels. I mean, when you see somebody like Benny Johnson interviewing two of the douchebags, it's like, why are you talking to them? They put out wrong information. But, you know, I would caution Benny Johnson not to talk to them anymore. Because it's not even that they're lying, is that they're holding on to this information because, again, it makes them money. And look, if you've never felt important in your whole life, and then suddenly a former reporter for the Daily Caller shows up and asks, do you want to come on my YouTube channel, talk about the culture, and then tell my audience that Star Wars is dead, and I'll tell you why. You know, they'll do it because they're important. There's a God complex going on with these big YouTube channels. And what they don't understand is that people will tend to walk away eventually because people will end up getting it. What did Abraham Lincoln say? You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Or you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people, but you can't fool all the people. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a quote that is very apt with this, because what's going on with the Ray movie is misinformation. And what's going on with the Ray movie is basically an out-and-out lie. Okay, and it's designed to get clickbaits. That's why reporters at Collider asked her about this. I would never have dreamed of it because it's not important. She was at South by Southwest to talk about her new movie, Magpie. It's clickbait for Collider. It's clickbait for Nerdrotic. It's clickbait for, you know, the sequel trilogy bottom feeders. Okay, inherently they know they're not going to see this movie ever happen, and they're going to say half the group is going to say they're disappointed, half the group is going to say to save face, it doesn't matter, Star Wars is still dead. And yet the problem they face is how long before people stop watching them. Okay, there is no Rey movie. Okay, it's the whole sequel trilogy is a blight. It's an abomination. Accept it. Understand that that's probably not the wise path to take. And get on with your lives and enjoy what you like. Enjoy Ahsoka. Don't let Ryan Cannell or any of these people tell you it's a bad show. It's not a bad show. I mean, you can be critical of Sabine and Hera. I am, but you can still enjoy it. Just like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Don't let somebody who's never been anybody decide for you what you think. This is Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.